starting to drop rounds, they would be a bit worried because they're facing a potential early dropout here from this tournament. We are talking about the loser bracket, and just go back 24 hours ago, they were sitting comfortably, playing Mirage, being up 7-0 versus Virtus Pro. They were finding themselves in a winning bracket final, but no, that didn't happen.
And so, actually,
was there a prediction in all of that for who's going to win?
So, yeah, I would say PENTA getting a good start. I wouldn't be surprised if EnVyUs just falls apart here. It helps to start as CT, but yeah, just to throw out the score there, I don't know, 16-13 in favor of EnVyUs. I'm going to still say that.
I'll go EnVyUs, and I think it's going to be 16-8.
I'm going to play devil's advocate and say PENTA is going to win 16-10.
Well, you would be a hero, and things are already underway. Pistols heading over in toward that B site. At least that's where they want to start things off. But they haven't found that entry just yet. It's Crystal that was looking for it. Smith's in his default home at window is going to rotate back a little bit quicker and try and join the party. But look at Happy. He's just waiting so passively. But he's spotted out. Crystal finds him before he gets the kill. So NBK is the only one to find anything. And PENTA's off to a great start.
Yep, there they go. First round in the bag. One thing with PENTA, they do like to check almost every single corner as they push in because they move so aggressively, but they're so quick at doing it every time. So PENTA, a nice quick push into the B. They do get the advantage, double AK. But NBK picking up that early scout. He should be able to scout out where PENTA is moving. So even though they do have the advantage, are they going to push this even harder? They're coming straight for A. Already, Keo moving up close. CT's up into Palace as well, so they won't have an option up there. Actually, a little bit of a team kill. Crystal taking out Speedy. So it's a 4-on-3 situation. And the odds now just evened up with EnVyUs getting another one.
Oh, nice shot, though, with the scout. So there's that second round bye. Dennis down. Now NIP's in, or pardon me, EnVyUs still in the last match. My mind is, but look at this, EnVyUs, the team that's so good on ecos finds Crystal again, and now it's all on Chris J. He's got the Tech 9, his favorite pistol, in fact, prefers it up close to an AK. He's going to take that bomb over toward B.
There is a guy still on short, though. And in fact, the flash hits him and he fires. So the rest of EnVyUs is already moving over. He will get the plant down, which is good for PENTA. But the chance of holding this is next to nothing. And in fact, it is nothing. NBK with that scout picks himself up a second for the round. And PENTA, the aggression doesn't pay off. And that also means an AK as well as a Galil into the hands here of Team EnVyUs.
I just noticed something hilarious to go aside the point.
What's hilarious?
Someone other than me was on my account on Twitch. I think my dad's totally watching on my account. That's the only one. I think he's probably sitting at my computer at home right now with my dog beside him, watching and throwing me off because I was thinking I'm not typing.
Well, I'm glad that your parents are so supportive of CS:GO.
Apparently so. Good to see.
Well, they've never told you before. They just like to watch in secret.
Well, they're heading, actually, trying to be secretive over toward B right now. PENTA's the one that's
look at that jump,
quietly going. Oh, there it is.
Yep, it's the scout job. He's able to pick up one. He also tagged another, and that's also bringing the rest of the support over from EnVyUs as they try and enter into this B site. Dennis is able to clean it up. So Keo comes over, confirmation your dad is watching. Dennis, he's going to drop. This is the other downside about PENTA. They can get an early advance and then they throw it all away by being too over-aggressive onto the CTs, and that's exactly what happened. They ran into Kitchen and basically got served.
Good dish being cooked up. So EnVyUs up 2. They need to get the start on the CT side. They've got lots of money to work with. 66 are already for Happy. He's got to buy into this round, but he'll still be able to sustain some decent economy as long as he doesn't go too heavy. Well, he's actually going to go straight to the op. So we'll see if he throws that over. Who's got the spawn? It's actually going to be Smiths that would have it. He's normally the guy that would wield that weapon, but they don't.
aren't going for it.
Yeah, they didn't give it right to him either, so he'll be in window with a rifle, not an op.
Yeah, this time with PENTA's push, they have moved one up. And that's where Keo is waiting for him. And Crystal starts to spam out, and Keo waited perfectly. So now they've lost their high ground. PENTA, they do at least spin themselves around with a Tech 9s, but the crossfire from EnVyUs is just so tight. Speedy as well as Next. The last one's left alive, and already pretty well injured. Smith couldn't actually finish off Next. He tagged him heavily here. And we are actually into a 2-on-1 situation. Make that 0. 3-1 in favor of EnVyUs. After losing the first round, they hit back so hard. I do feel like though PENTA is giving them the space to do this. I know they're aggressive. I love the fact they are, but is this almost over-aggression?
Chris has a mid-spawn, though. Let's keep an eye on this. See if he can get around that corner quick enough. The question is, who's going to be there in the window? It's Smiths. He's still with the rifle, so they're leaving the op with Happy. But Chris doesn't go for it. You're right. He heads over toward B. I thought he might try and win that.
You guys were saying before he loves pushing. He loves pushing up through apartments aggressively.
I was actually referring to A side, though, actually, CT. So this is a bit different. Meanwhile, though, smokes are deployed. Chris is trying to find that shot still.
There's no hole. Oh, there it is. MBK is going to be dropped. And with Smiths down at 8 life points, that's not a lot to play around with. Happy's able to equal it up, but there we go. Smiths finished off by Chris J, claiming his second scout for the round. And Speedy using flash to get himself on top of the site. Shocks finally not fully defusing the situation. Was at least able to get some advantage back again. The problem is with the bomb, they notice the player over on B doesn't actually have the bomb. Shocks takes out Crystals over on A, and the bomb, well, it was flanking back over. 2-on-1. Where's it going to go? It's heading for B this time around. And Shocks is a long way away from this. He's going to go through underpass and up through apartments before he can reach the site.
That was a great find by Chris J to get that 1 kill on Cat, because that was your only player that was heading back over to B. Now it's opened up. They just have to watch off on this flank. Chris is still watching toward Cat. The question is, does Nex guess correctly?
I don't know if Shocks is really planning on doing this. Is he just looking for exit frags?
I think he's still got... Does he have a kid? He does have a kid. He's still got time, although he's taking his time a little bit too much, perhaps.
Up against two players is going to be difficult. Oh, he saw MBK. Start of the first fire shot. That AWP is going to be looking for him. He knew it. That's why he's looking back towards the short. A nice play by Chris J. Patience. Just sitting back. He's looking for the pickoff. He can't finish off Chris J. He can't take the bomb. He needed the early pick on the first jump. And in fact, he can't even save the weapon when he's blown up by the bomb. And PENTA take their second round.
And they need rounds early on T side. We've seen earlier in the night what can happen, although that said, we've seen the Mirage more recently that it's been a little more balanced. It's been more toward the 9-6 scoreline. But earlier tonight, obviously, we saw 12-3 with Virtus Pro starting out CT that time. Look at this. They try and get into apartments. Keo's the first one in, and Nex already takes him down. So that's a man advantage. They need to try and build off of this because this forces Smiths to come outside of the window, get back in jungle. And yeah, with Shocks down, Smiths has to be so strong, and they've already got smokes to isolate him and hold him out. Crystal's trying to find him with that Tech 9. You've got so many bullets. He just keeps spamming away until he finds him and he puts him down. Happy gets a response, but that A site's taken over.
Yeah, Volvo, please nerf Tech 9. With so much support from PENTA, there's no reason to lose these M4s for EnVyUs. Unless they can find the initial frag, then there's a chance for it. With Crystal holding on top of the bomb site, you got the AWP from Chris J watching from range, and so with the AK from Nex. Yeah, they're already backing themselves up. The only one who's still close by is MBK with that M4. But no one's moving out through the jungle.
He might just wait in window, though, because there will be a player out connector. And that's where Nex wants to exit. So we may still get an exit yet. Actually, Nex just stays in there and stays alive. I thought he would take more damage in that position.
Well, 3-3 now on the board. Not a hell of a lot of money in there for EnVyUs, so they're going to be forced just to hold on to these two M4s. They do load up Happy as well as MBK. But they'll have to split themselves across the sites. Another push from PENTA. The bomb coming again, up in towards, well, this time they actually bring the bomb up high. Chris J's bringing the AWP closer in, looking above Shadow over towards the stairwell. But CTs, they're holding really tight and close. One to go down, turns nicely, Chris J takes a double with the Tech 9. Smiths is still on top of the site, they're not being expecting him. Chris J shot in the back of the head. But there's no more joy to be found. There's just the two M4 players left alive again. Happy is on top of the site. Able to find one, able to find two. He's got support from MBK, but a Speedy one-on-one now. Tries to throw the flash up to the air. Speedy turns his back to it in time. So he's not blinded. Happy knows this. But he can't reach the bomb. It's so far out.
Oh.
Well, that's a bit of a mistake.
That forced himself out, too. That was just trying to buy him some more time. He actually lost himself that round. Molotov down the side, misplayed the flash, walked directly into the crosshair. He was the one with the advantage. He just had to wait the bomb, so bit of a misplay by Happy. PENTA gets back into the lead. 4 rounds now T side. Look for 5. Look for 6. 7 would be ideal, but 6 would be potentially enough the way they're playing tonight.
Looks like Penta are going to try and mid-push this time around. Already up on top of Catwalk. That connector player, Dennis, is he going to turn? He's got his friend watching over to connector. I think he just saw a leg for a moment. It's the nade from Smiths. Next. Taking him out. It was a flashbang. So there was a revenge kill coming in from Shox. And Keo, Chris J was waiting for him with that AWP. Straight through the connector. They still know there's a second one there. But their priority is getting onto the B site. Which, hilariously enough, is exactly where they are. In fact, one of the teams managed to go all the way around the back of MBK and get into Kitchen. Of course, that doesn't stop MBK from killing off Chris J on short. Oh, there we go, finally. It's Dennis. Of course it's Dennis. It's always Dennis.
He's going to get the kill on NBK. So his aggression pays off one more time.
The problem is the
still
bomb
down on Cat, yep.
And it was exposed. Dennis gets taken out as he's trying to jump himself up into apartments.
Nice shot by Crystal, though. Evens it right back up. So now it's a one-on-one. They both know where the bomb is. They're going to have to play this off of each other. Pre-nade out from Crystal, just trying to hold him off. This Molotov will actually prevent him from coming around the corner. So the passive play right now from Happy does mean he can get the bomb, and he's guessing right. Oh, or is he? I thought he was going to wait for his Molotov to extinguish and go right through. Happy's gone toward the vent, so he'll actually catch him out as soon as he gets inside A. It was 50-50. Happy played himself
exposed.
right.
He's on the exposed side. Who's going to get the shot off? It's going to be Crystal.
So 2 straight one-on-ones for Happy that don't go his way. He's starting to become a little more sad every round that goes on. But man, oh man, Penta just squeaking away with these rounds, and this is all they have to do on T side. It doesn't need to be pretty. They don't need the economy. They just need the numbers. They've already got 5. Now 7 looks like it can be entirely possible. We're only on the 9th round. They've got 4 AKs and a Tech 9 to go with, and I'll say and a Tech 9 because that pretty much is another rifle.
Yep. Oh, scout jump, MBK. The Molotovs are coming. It's going to force him out of his position. Nades as well, and Chris J straight through the window with the Tech 9. And they've managed to already breach into the B site. And Keo, best of luck. He does have that D, but holding inside of the kitchen. Molotovs locking down the long exit. So they only have the window option now, or they push in through short. And it looks like, well, they even wanted to, yeah, they got to compete with this. You got pistol, sure. But all the angles are currently covered by Penta. A retake looks impossible, so they're just on positions to get the exit frags. One up in the ramp window connector, one over on the long apartments, and one watching now over at the A site. They didn't go back out through the kitchen. And Smiths, oh, he gets one. He might pick up the second. Yep, Keo picks up the second, in fact. And they can get guns here. The AK saved, and okay, maybe it's not. But the revenge kills. All the T's end up dying anyway.
Once they realized that he was in that ladder room, they actually boosted behind him, and that's why he didn't get to save the AK. He had the HP to survive in that spot. But Penta, like you said, lose everybody themselves. The good news is they've got enough money to buy directly back into this round. The bad news is if they lose it, they're going to be back on the eco. But like I said, doesn't need to be pretty at this point. They've got 6. They just got to get numbers. It's 3 only for EnVyUs at this point. We're looking at a flip side situation where they're going to have to play brilliant on the T side.
Man, our history with the championship series on this map, I don't even care if people say it's T or CT side. It just never is consistent.
It's exciting is all it is.
It's always exactly the opposite of what you're trying to predict. Speedy coming out of the smoke, able to win the battle up against Keo. So we're into a 2-on-2 situation. 1 rifle and 1 ult for either side. And a Smiths, who's the man with the AWP, he cannot get the kill. Chris J moving in with a Tech 9, so practically AK. Trying to battle into the CT connector, but Happy is the man to get on top of him. So it's all up to Speedy. And he takes out 1, looking for the second, but the bomb is right in front of connector. The flash will fly, Happy will get blinded, but he can still see that bomb. And that's the critical thing. Nade's flying in, but Happy, he's walking up through the smoke. Speedy's looking for the opening. He can see the legs, but he cannot take the shot. Finally, Happy can take the one-on-one battle. He's a 1 for 2 right now.
1 for 3, actually.
1 for 3?
Yeah, 1 for 3 in that situation. So he gets it that time, but again, look how close every round is for Penta. So despite EnVyUs winning that round, I did mention that, yes, okay, the Terrorists are going to be back to an eco. In fact, they're going to go 5 Tech 9, so call it what you will. But look at MBK. He's forced onto the Mag 7.
They're coming
only
quickly.
got armor.
Might even be a premature movement into the A site. Keo from below. Next will be able to drop him as a 1-for-1 trade-off. As they can hear him moving up on top of the stairs. Next still down at Tetris. He's going to find a second one over on Happy, looking for the third, but Shox and Happy. They had enough firepower. They see the one coming up through the connector, and it's Chris J, the final one to be shut down. So two weapons still lost for EnVyUs, but Penta.
And NBK and Shox didn't have head armor in that round, so it actually could have made a huge difference on the fact that it was Tech 9s, but gets us back to within 1. There's our stats so far for NBK throughout the series. And they're actually going to go for the double save because they invested those Tech 9s and only got the 2 kills with no bomb plant, so they're right back to doing it again.
Shox opens up. Dennis, normally the floater, which is going to flag already to Team EnVyUs. Okay, maybe it does when they just start killing them all in mid. That's exactly where they're all dying. Because Dennis is your floater man, so he's not going to have support behind him. They would have thought it was going to be either a mid or over to B. But they're practically all dead in mid by the time that anyone would even communicate that. And Happy and Shox are the main men stepping up here. But as Smith's on the rifle this time around. Gonna see if he can find that pick in mid. Now Penta, they've got 2 pushing apartments. The bomb is still a little indecisive. It's over on the T-spawn, but heading over with the double nade. Trying to breach Imp, there's a fake. They threw the double nades to clean it out and try and force that rotation over, but EnVyUs hasn't moved.
Look at Chris J, though. There's that push. He went all the way through the apartments. Decided to fall back and found one at the A ramp. Dennis finally takes out Happy from the underpass, but he doesn't take care of NBK, who's on the catwalk, so he catches him out. Luckily, Nexus still hanging out in the middle, manages to take both down. NBK and Smith's good awareness, good accuracy, and now it's 7. They've pretty much already done, get an early start on CT side. They've already done all the hard work.
Man, all these skirmishes that keep on happening, and it looks like EnVyUs has the better crossfire and the better positions, and then Penta just outshoot them time and time again.
Yeah, I mean, the accuracy game right now is definitely going the way of Penta. There's been more impressive multi-kills and frags out from them. Look at this smoke on catwalk. This will allow them up further, but Happy's on the corner, and he's got one with the op. That's going to slow them down a little bit. The question is, how do they recover from this? Because they are already invested into that middle, and Shox has now come around. He's going to find 2, so they get caught out entirely based on that opening kill.
That support from Smith, who was sitting inside a connector, it just made the mid-runner look to his side, and that's when window opens up. And so Speedy's the final one left in underpass. Shock's kind of, maybe, I don't know if he knows or not, but they know where the bomb is. The bomb is just sitting in mid.
Like Shox will close it, so hat trick for him. Good recovery at mid. Happy was forced out of that catwalk position, got the early frag, didn't want to stick around for too long. And if Shox hadn't come to that window, there was still a chance for the T's to exploit the positioning. But as soon as he arrived, took down 2, and that completely ended the round.
All right, so last round of the first half, 7-7. It's all tied up. Penta, not with a crap ton of resources available to them, but they got 3 Tech 9s, 1 AK, as well as that scout. And looks like that scout's already been given up by Chris J. Taken over by Crystal Law. But they try and peek again. He gets on top. So Smith will drop.
Watch Keo, though, up close with this mag. Oh, yes, easy kill.
Thought he was going to walk
away for a second, but got Dennis. Happy's going to find Crystal now. That's another op kill, and now he's going to push forward. P250, blinding on Nex. That's your bomb down, and now they can just fall back and secure.
Speedy finally revealed himself, and that means he's going to get shut down. So, last round. I guess to go the way of EnVyUs.
Opening shot, though. So they ran, that was actually a beautiful scout through the wall at that, but they ran, and we're going to get right back into it, they ran that op actually on Happy more than Smith's. I don't know, Karn, what, usually that goes right to window with Smith's.
I think we're going live, so all I'm going to say is I never seen a T side playing as fast as they did. It was almost like they had a flight to catch Penta, that is. The response to that as CT is either you go for sniper and just keep the bomb spot open without smokes, or you just go heavy with grenades early on in the round. But MPK and his team eventually found this out. 8-7 is a decent score after all.
It's the way Penta loves to play. It's that quick, it's that fast pace. They get bored very, very easily. They try and keep things interesting. As now it's up to EnVyUs. The ball's in their court as far as aggression. Well, they do have one floater. Who's that one man that's coming over on the apartments? Oh, he's our Mr. One. It's Happy. But he still hasn't managed to breach in, and it looks like EnVyUs, they're going to commit. The flash at the perfect time from Speedy.
That nade was perfect. It backed out from Speedy as well. Look at him pop up. USB to the head. Shock's down. Crystal's trying to play a shot from that ladder, looking for that lucky shot.
He can't do it, though. And they're going to breach in. Chris J, patience, but too much of it. Ends up getting taken out. Luckily, the rest of his teammates can come in and do some work, as it's all up to Dennis. He does bring down the bomb carrier, so it's a one-on-one situation. Dennis unhappy. How does he keep ending up in these positions? He's getting very aggressive. Up on top of the platform, dropping down, and there he'll finish the job. So Dennis will go down. The first round going to the T's. And EnVyUs, 9-7. They needed that. They so needed that on this T side.
Yeah, so Happy calls it back now. 2-2 on the one-on-ones. He had the HP advantage there, so the Glock works up close perfectly.
I'd say at this point, watch for Penta's push. Watch for Dennis's position. He'll try and contest you and try and take one of these guns very early.
Yeah, I would completely agree with you. And as we can see, he's already up close on this A stair position.
EnVyUs
the rest of his team is back toward jungle, but they're already heading in toward B, so it's all on Nex. He gets the first, but immediately dropped. The Pro 90 coming out from Smiths.
And look at him keep moving in. They do not want them to, they don't want Penta to get themselves out of the kitchen. It's funny too, because Smiths was the man carrying the bomb. So the only person left is Dennis.
The troll teeth in the clip for the Pro 90. Not bullets, just troll teeth. Already chomped away. 3 kills for it. Dennis the last one left, and he was again playing aggressive over toward A. He gets one with the 5-7 at least. That shocks to drop, but Smiths gets the 4K.
Yeah. And no weapons were lost then, considering MBK wasn't carrying a weapon. He was carrying a Tech 9, I suppose. And EnVyUs, 10-7. And another full save coming out this time from Penta. One weapon per... It looks like that second picked up by Crystal as well. And look how fast EnVyUs want to move. Straight in. Keep pushing in. Stop the team fire. Speed trying the crossfire out from jungle as well. Not really finding anything. And in fact, with that smoke from Happy, with the 3 players looking to come up through jungle, they're completely blind. And that's the reason why EnVyUs have even moved down into the CT spawn. They're literally trapped. Happy jumps through. The last one's down underpass, and Happy will mop it up. Quick, efficient round for EnVyUs. Nothing lost.
So standard 3-round spread. Now we're going to see guns come out. How much upgrade are we going to see from the terrorist side? I would say they've got to get rid of those SMGs. Or do they? They're actually not going to. So they're going to keep the P90. They'll get 1 AK out. 2 AKs now for Smiths.
Okay.
And then the 2 UMPs up against a full rifled up side on the
Surprised
CTs.
they don't throw Shox's Tech 9 over to Happy. That way you can have...
It's going to be another B execution. The flashes are already over. They need to call on this, but NBK's jumped up. Hasn't got the kills early on. Only 20 bullets in the clip for the A1, but manages, next to get that reload in, and he gets 2 before they drop. Kiyoshima gets him in response, but now they're in. Shocks with the bomb. Easily going to take down Dennis. Looking for more as he gets around the backside of jail. Still holding on to that bomb, though. Can't quite get it in close enough to the site, so the rotations are given opportunities to get there. But he's going to find one more. That's Crystal to drop.
Yeah, Crystal's timing walking around that corner was just unfortunate for him. It was exactly the same time that Shox was just moving from left to right. Kyo using the corners perfectly around the truck. Finding the man moving in through short A being Chris J. And Speedy with just a pistol and M4. He's not going to be able to get this. At the same time, EnVyUs are only now going to get the plant down. So it's taken them some time to do this.
So the SMGs worked on that rush, and as soon as they got in, Kyo dropped off, grabbed that M4 from Nex, so they actually sustained enough rifles to hold out Speedy and that retake, but it could have been detrimental. It could have actually, this could have crushed things. If they actually don't upgrade, they lose this first gun round. Now you've got a CT-sided Penta who's on 8 rounds, a weakened economy on the T side, and then the momentum shifts, so it's really important they picked up this round.
Mm-hmm. Just a reminder as well, the winner of this map, they do go up against Virtus.pro. That's next up on the live stream. And then we have our grand finals. The winner of that game will play up against NIP.
And the winner of that game
plays up against no one.
They just go straight to Bucharest.
Yeah,
so
they'll play up against the 4 teams who qualify for the LAN finals. So we at least get one of our teams confirmed tonight. This is that moment for Shox. Crystal looks, he sees him, but he couldn't shoot at him. Not behind the wall. Alright, so round begins again. Penta. With only the 1 M4 in hand, the rest of them being pistols. They have to hold tight together. Crystal's going to try and do a lot of work from short, but already Kyo, he's controlling up the connector. There's a lot of spam coming in from the A site.
That's a really passive way to hold connectors, so look how much room Shox has to work with.
They were trying to hold it from over a catwalk. And they were a little bit too deep into the windows. Dennis is going to be brought down at jungle, and that's going to wrap up the round. So while Team EnVyUs do take a little bit of damage, they don't drop a single weapon.
The issue is they only had the one M4. I understand why they'd want to leave that back towards CT stairs and try and hold off. Oh, what's our buy situation? My goodness.
It's an auto sniper for Chris J, and it's the ult for Crystal Law. Oh, Crystal.
So back to the point I was making was just with the M4 that far back, that's fine. But when you have pistols and you give up that much space in between rifles, you're never going to win that exchange. And the choke point would be, yeah, look at him just firing away. I dare you to walk through that smoke.
How do you hold the mid? It's a simple question. How do you hold the mid? Have 15 bullets on a sniper like that. That's one way to do it.
Dennis is low HP. He's going to come back and try and support from Cat. There is one player down below that he tried to nade off, but look at the start the Penta has. Only 2 left already. Shocks is one of them, though. And he'll stay true to his name. Completely shocks Dennis. Also catching Chris J. That's your auto sniper down, so they're back to within 1 man.
Quite a problem for Penta. That's a lot of money going down the drain right now. Should still have a little bit more, but that bomb moving over to the B site, or is it? It's coming back down the mid. They ran like they're going towards the B. And, well, Penta have moved 2 players over. Speedy, he tries to sit in between the 2 of them so he can watch the window boost, which is actually what EnVyUs is up to right now. And Crystal's trying to move forward as well, getting a little bit more information about what is going on with EnVyUs. Now, Speedy, Shocks, able to get the upper hand on him. So a 2-on-2 situation, EnVyUs. Where's your opening? Next can hear him moving out. And he should be able to get the opening frag here. Yep, takes out Shocks. The bomb carrier is still open, but it's 15 seconds until this plan has to go down. So Smiths, he's got to be over-aggressive here. Get in, get the kill, get the plant. Or do it from the corner. In, kill, hasn't finished it. 4 seconds, he's out of time. And he knows it. Jumps, and even then he's going to die. The clock is the enemy. More than Penta right in that round.
And look at the money they had. All of them were over 10K at the start of this round. Meanwhile, Penta's got nothing at all working in their favor. They'll force out everything they can this round, but they've invested so much they're going to play for 14, save for 15, and then have to play for overtime at that point. So EnVyUs might have just done enough with that round to potentially secure this. Shock's already getting aggressive, looking in the underpass.
Move up mid. Dennis. I say we're going to watch him. He walked all the way up through mid to try and battle up against a double AWP combination of Happy and Smiths. That was only going to end one of 2 ways. Either he's a genius, or he gets snapped back and looked like a fool. Shoxing used this smoke. Just a little bit of cover. Happy and Chris J both teaming up now. And take out, I mean, not teaming up. Crystal, I'm going to get another one. So only 2 players left alive for EnVyUs. So a really great round for Penta. Especially if they can get up and pick up that weapon for Speedy. And EnVyUs is still looking over towards short. They're coming to B. That's that bomb carrier. He's waiting for his friend in apartments to just open it up. But that's up to Shocks. The spam already coming out, so he at least knows where he is. The Molotov being thrown out to try and clean out a little bit more. Shocks is at least able to make it a 1v1 situation here, allowing Smith to get the instant hits off the plan. Nope, he knows there's a jumper. He's looking to the wrong door.
And he didn't hold that long enough to bait him out either. Oh, but what a reaction shot.
He's going to go 14 seconds. 14 seconds.
And 4 HP, not to mention. It's op versus op, though. 1 bullet's all it's going to take regardless.
He's checking short. It's apartments, though.
If he can get to the angle and predict exactly where he's coming from, he still has a chance to hold this off. But one-on-one, a shadow of a bullet would take down Smiths. Crystal's got a little more to work with. Oh, he spotted him, though. He saw his feet jump across. He just has to hold the angle, and all he needs is 4 HP and just 1 bullet. He takes down Penta's last hope with economy, and now they'll have to play for this. They'll save this round and then play for the tie, 14-18.
Oi, oi, oi. Big hold. Big hold on that bomb plant. Shocks did the work he needed to. If he was unable to find at least one of those frags, it would never have ended that way. And look where Penta's going. Speedy so aggressively up. They don't want to get massively pushed on the A side, and there's 2 up through mid again. But Shocks, if he can get this earlier frag, he's going to. Dennis is down. The B site's open. Rotation's coming in through short very quickly, but Shock's already moving for that position. He knows they're only going to have pistols. and wanting to ensure this round belongs to them.
Bomb down. Retake. Still an attempt right now from Catwalk, but they've already got one player. That's Shocks to find him.
He's shooting
It's
so
Chris
well.
J, and yeah, Smith's going to get next, so it's all on Speedy in the kitchen. He's going to back out, just hold and hope that someone pushes forward, try and get a gun down out of their hands, but it won't even matter. They're going to have money regardless on 15 rounds.
If he looks at that register, maybe he can find some more cash for the next round. This round belongs to EnVyUs. They don't want to battle up against him. Like going in there for the kill. Shocks will do it. He probably had more money. And the bomb?
Boom, NBK down.
Yeah, but they still hold the 2 AWPs, and they've got a crap ton of money anyway, so EnVyUs don't care. They now have themselves with a whole lot of match points.
And they do force out the 2 M4s, so they're going all in for it as much as they can.
This mid-peak.
But that's all they're going to get. I thought they would actually be a little bit more safe about it and try and get more.
Oh, Dennis.
Dennis.
Whoopsie daisy.
And Happy's already got next. Crystal's dropped as well, so it's looking like this is going to be it. Penta with 2 men down early.
B's
Happy's
completely
lost
open.
a little bit of HP in taking those 2 kills. He's down to 14, but they're still executing. They're still working in. The bomb's at mid, though.
The second EnVyUs realized that B is open, they can go in, but it looks like MBK wants to do it the hard way. They're battling into A, trying to get the clearance here. Find the one down at jungle. Speedy's drops to know where Chris J is, which means they now know that B is open. But yeah, game was good, game was golden.
I just want to say quickly as well that my prediction was right.
16-8. Yeah, good for you, man.
Great
Props
job.
for you. I was just living in hope for a fantastic game. That's my backing of Penta.
It started out reasonably well in the first half, but then it just looked like EnVyUs completely
Yeah, it
exploited
actually looked
them.
for a while that Penta could have, won this game, but ultimately it became clear that we are looking at a team that is not playing with a complete lineup. They played super aggressively, starting off as T. I think they jumped up to like 5-1 or something like that. Eventually it slowed down a bit. Well, the round count slowed down from their end, but not the pace of their game. Let's say they would have chill it out a bit. Chris J more methodically struggle his way through mid, etc., taking the peaks.